Hello everyone and welcome back to the Sun Sphere and a correction video on a massive mess up that I did in the last one. I'm really enjoying this scenario so far, but I did totally put the wrong damage in the wrong spot for the wrong Sun Demon and messed that up real good in the last video. It was super short, it was 7 minutes. However, I didn't botch the whole thing. We'll pick it up from where I left off, but I will correct what I've done. So what happened was, originally, before I went ahead and made my attacks with the Tinker had used the attack 5 as his last attack and the hook gun as his original attack. Now, how the card actually looked at the beginning was there was 2 damage on the number 2 Sun Demon, who is far in the back there. The one demon that we killed off that was pulled here but was originally sitting on this staircase, how this worked was, and so you can just imagine me playing through these from scratch. This was a number 1. There was no damage on him. I went ahead and did the hook gun. We shot the hook gun from a distance, we did not shoot the hook. Oh no, sorry, we did shoot the hook gun from a distance because it had a range 3 and it was the only one we could shoot. So we shot him. It did 0 damage, and so the modifier at the time that we pulled was, which we got so many zeros in a row. So we got this modifier here, this 0. So that meant that the 2 damage came through, but then the 1 shield negated 1 of it. So then we were supposed to put a damage in the 1, but I put it in the 2 by accident. Also, the hook gun dragged this Sun Demon 2 closer, and right here, now this coin shouldn't be there anymore, dragged it to here where there was a poison trap, and that poison trap was here, and it was sitting underneath of him, which gave him 2 more damage and poisoned him. So technically, then I took 2 more damage mistakenly and dropped it on the 2. It should have gone on the 1, right? So here's where I'm correcting my mistakes. Then this Sun Demon here should be poisoned, or at least be labeled as being poisoned at this point. And that's when I went ahead and did my 5 damage attack. It was disadvantaged because it was a ranged attack. I was next to him, so I pulled 2 more, and I ended up getting 2 more zeros. Sorry, they're right here. There were so many zeros in a row there for the Tinker, it was ridiculous. So he got 2 more zeros, and then that ended up being 5 damage coming through, plus the 1 for being poisoned was 6. There's a shield that blocks 1 of them, so only 5 get through. So then there's 8 damage, and it's not enough to kill him. He's still alive, but he's right there, good to go. So that's where I messed up, guys. Really apologize for that. I knew I'd done something off. You guys were probably typing feverishly into the comments saying, what the heck are you doing? You're killing off the wrong guy. But we are going to get it all straightened away. So this is all covered up from the previous video. We're now right up in the 5th round still. The Tinker's turn is done. We've taken both cards, put them aside. All the XP that was needed for that was collected, including the 5 attack XP. Character still alive, has 1 more hit to take. Is poison, so that's a plus. So now we go to the next person in order, and that would be our Craighart. So that's great. So the Craighart's got the ability to do some damage here. Now the hard thing about this is we don't want to heal coming out of this. Now you can see here that if they had the light ability pumped up, they would actually heal themselves for 3, which they do not currently, thank goodness. So I could wait on that one, and we could hit them early next round. The downside of that is we may not get a chance to hit them next round. But you know what? The Tinker should be able to go fairly early, being that it's got a 17, so we should be okay. So I'm going to skip going after this particular Sun Demon, and I'm going to still do our regular plan of attack and going after the Elite Imp in the back, and hope that this pans out good for us. So we're going to go ahead and do this one. It says attack 3. Or sorry, what I'm doing actually is attacking the Sun Demon in the back is my plan. So the Craighart's going to do a range 3, and you can see 1, 2, 3 to the Sun Demon. So attack 3, range 3, all allies and enemies adjacent targets suffer 1 damage, so the Elite Imp will take a damage as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that attack. It's an attack 3, we'll flip our card for that. -2, that's wonderful. And then so -2 off of that plus his shield means nothing got through, but the 1 damage does still go against the Imp, which is good news. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to do a move 2. All adjacent allies and enemies suffer 1 damage. And I'm going to tromp myself all the way over here, and we're going to sit right on top of that coin and take it. It's the first coin we've gotten. The poison marker needs to follow the Craighart as he goes deeper in there. Sorry guys if you can't see that. And he lands right beside the Sun Demon, and he lands right beside the Imp. that gives an extra damage to the imp and the sun demon. That sun demon is numbers 2, so make sure we put it on the right one this time. And then the black imp gets his 5th, and that's enough to kill him off the board. So now we have no more imps to deal with, which is wonderful. So that imp is now dead, and the coin drops at his location for where that imp is. So we take this coin and we'll drop it right there. So as you guys can see, it's there. And then this imp deck essentially is useless. So even though we pulled the 43, we're not going to get to it or use it because there will be no more imps in this scenario. I've killed them all off. So we'll put that there. So that's awesome. And then the 2 things are done. Now, the one thing we didn't do was bump up the elemental for these. So we're going to go ahead and make sure this is in the strong column, and then we're good. And these 2 cards are now discarded for the Cragheart. So that actually worked out pretty good. We're down to 3 characters left, although still going to have some stuff to deal with in the next round. But we're down to just Vermling Scouts and Sun Demons, so we got to play them out. So the Vermling Scout is going to move and he's going to attack. Now the Vermling Scout is a regular unit. It's going to move 3, so he's definitely going to be able to get to the Tinker, but he's beside the Cragheart. So his focus is going to be on the Cragheart. He's going to attack the Cragheart, which is okay. Cragheart's got more health, so that's actually, I think, a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and do attack. The attack is a 2, which is kind of harsh. So we're going to have that pulled and see what happens to the Cragheart. Nothing. Awesome. So the Cragheart doesn't get hit at all, so nothing happens there. That's wonderful. And then we're going to go over to the Sun Demons, and the Sun Demons are going to move to get in within range, but both of them are sitting right beside our characters. Number 1 is focused on the Tinker. Number 2 is focused on the Cragheart, so we are good to go there. I'm breaking and knocking candles out of my castle here. I'm going to put that back up. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and do an attack, and nastily, they're going to have an extra 1 on their attack, and that means their attacks are going to be 3, which is harsh. We have to remember that the... we have to remember that the Cragheart is poisoned, and the poison didn't matter at all because the last attack was negated, so we didn't get an additional hit against them. But this time, the Sun Demon is going to be hitting for 3 with the 1 and the 2. Plus, so I guess we'll do them in order. We'll do this attack first. We'll do this guy, this Sun Demon attacking the Tinker, and it's a 3 attack coming at him. We'll see how he can handle it. -1, so 2. So we could lose a card or we could take the damage. I think I'm going to take the damage because I think we're going to be able to take out that Sun Demon in the next turn. And then we're going to go ahead and do the Sun Demon attack for number 2 against the Cragheart, who is poisoned. So it's going to be an attack of 2. Plus the 1 is 3, and then the poison is 4, which is really starting to add up nastily. And then nothing. So 4 damage coming through the Cragheart. I think at this point he's going to... what should we do here? Should I take the damage or should I lose a card? You know what? I can afford to lose a card, and that's a pretty heavy hit. I think I'm okay with losing a card on that one. I think Dirt Tornado is going to be a good one to lose. I don't plan on using it all that much. Yeah, I think this is the right one to use. So I'm gonna lose this card in order to negate that damage, and that's pretty much it. So now nothing happened there. We're all good to go. So we're gonna go ahead and wane down the leaf element. I'm gonna end up having to shuffle some things. The Cragheart still has the ability to do some attacking, so I'm not gonna long rest just yet because we're too close to potentially inflicting enough damage to kill some of these guys. So we're going to go really heavy and see if we can potentially kill them. Although I might let you guys know in the next video whether or not I choose to short rest. I chose to short rest in between, but for now I'm not going to. I'll shuffle cards. We already reduced elemental strength and we're good. So yeah, we're doing all right. I think we got this one in the bag. I think we just need to take care of... Most focus is going to be on this guy here with 1 more damage. We can go early enough with Special Tinker. He should be able to take this guy down. And then we're going to go after the other guys next. So what I'll do now is I'll increment this to the 6th round. And of course, we're going to bring out the next Vermling Scout that it spawns. And we get a choice to where to put it. And the 2 spots over on this side are full. So we can we'll put one right over here. So another Vermling Scout is coming up the stairs. We don't really care about these guys all that much. They're not all that difficult to deal with. Because the Sun Demons really are our main focus. But again, the more of them, the worse it gets. There's more things to focus on. So anyway, guys, hope you guys are enjoying. Please subscribe if you are. I really apologize for that massive mess up in the previous video of killing off the wrong Sun Demon. We got it all squared away. I put it all back. and we're ready to go. So until the next episode, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep rolling solo.